Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today, we're going to be talking about if it's worth getting into older cryptos, okay? If it is worth buying projects that have been here for at least one cycle or possibly even two. Now, the reason why I bring this is mainly because of the relevant structure that we have and data that we have and we can compare to where price action can possibly go. Okay. The thing is with new projects, right, that haven't been here for a while or came in near the end of the cycle, there's not much data to go off of. And believe it or not, trust me, these candles do make a difference, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. These candles, there's no coincidences in my opinion. And there's a reason why price goes where it goes. So let's see if it's worth it. So something like Litecoin, for example, I think it is a pretty solid buy if you are looking just for a certain amount of gains. The reason why I say this is because the first thing I noticed about Litecoin in this instance is the institutional candles. That is what we're going to be mainly hunting for when it comes to the older cryptos. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we can see there's a very, very obvious one, right? We had this one over here that liquidity swept these highs of 2017, right? They swept, it crashed, and then coincidentally, right when the second pump was happening back in November, we cashed out, and then we actually fully crashed fully. Okay, right? So we have that. We have something like Filecoin. Filecoin has a good amount of data, but look at it, right? Filecoin, it is looking juicy. Now, the price action at this current moment is not, but this is technically accumulation. Okay, this is technically accumulation, and despite it being at dangerous levels, it is also some of the best times to be buying this coin. Okay, so the reason why I say this is because I do believe it will hold. I do believe it will hold, and I do believe there's going to be institutional play. I do believe for something like Filecoin, we could very well go above this zone right here, right? This accumulation, and once we do, for me, my first target would be something like the $24 zone, where we can see we do have an institutional candle. So even if price action wasn't the craziest, if we went from roughly that price of, let's just do it from here to here, we can see would roughly get 8 times the amount of money. So not bad, right? Not bad. The thing is with older coins, most of them are better plays for more guaranteed profits. Now, people say technically there's no such thing as a guarantee, and I get it, but I look at the markets differently. I personally view them very differently. Something like Filecoin, we're going to monthly, we could actually see there is a gigantic candle right over here. So in the events where we do end up going to this huge institutional candle, Filecoin can very, very well go from, something like $2.90 upwards of even $150, right? Which is insane, right? This is actually insane. This is roughly 50 times. We go to something like Coin Market Cap and we go check Filecoin. Go through Filecoin very, very quickly. There we go. Nope, I misspelled it. Filecoin. Right, we can see Filecoin has a lot of market cap. So a 50x would be crazy in terms of market cap. But the thing is, right, it could be possible because of how long we've been accumulating for and because of the institutional candle. Now, okay, let's say whatever, that price maybe will never get hit. We also have another zone, right? We have a very, very nice key zone of roughly $90. Now that is much more probable, okay? Going up 30x is still a lot, but that is much different than going up 50. So I can see Filecoin definitely hitting this zone in the future of $9. I know people call me crazy now. The thing is, Filecoin objectively is not even that bad of a coin, right? It's actually pretty solid. Wouldn't be my first choice, but I wouldn't count it out completely. And if we go to something like XRP, which is now it's been meta, now people are here crazy for it, but XRP was something I was talking about, how this is a coin that's very, very likely going to, at the minimum, sweep the tops. So if that's what we were considering before, and we got in roughly, let's say at 50 cents, right, a solid price, you would have been going upwards of almost 7 times your money, right? You would have made 6.7 times the amount of money you would have made. And we talked about this, right? I understand there's a lot of people that are newer and, they weren't here when I used to talk about this, but this is something that we consider that, hey, at the minimum, you should be making roughly that amount of money. And you guessed it, we swept it. We swept liquidity. Now we're zoning, and we will continue to push further up. But look, man, certain coins are absolute bangers, like Bitcoin Cash. Yes, I know there's more incentive now, but we talked about this before, where Bitcoin Cash could have been a decent play, especially that we talked about it. We started to talk about it mainly in 2024, the beginning, and then a little bit here too. You could have got Bitcoin Cash for roughly 330 bucks. Even right now is a very, very solid price. And this coin can run up, at the minimum, it should run up to this amount. So it's not crazy, 3.5 times your money. But like I said, institutional candles. We can see there's an institutional candle right over here, right? We play into it. And if worst case scenario, Bitcoin Cash does nothing, then we could also play into this institutional candle and get 3.5 times the money. But there's a good chance that we go up to here because there's also institutional candle up there, right? So if we go look just from a pure technical analysis standpoint, we could be looking for 10x. That isn't all too impossible, okay? And that is the thing with these older coins, ladies and gentlemen. They have so much data behind it. They have these institutional candles set up, bank traps, and you may not believe in it, but it is true, okay? It is true. If we go to coin market cap and we look at some other coins, Ethereum I won't really look at, BNB I won't really look at. I will look at something like Dogecoin, right? I know Doge is also getting more and more, spotlight over the last couple months, but we talked about this before, where I expected Dogecoin to at least go to 45 cents. Now we hit it. We actually hit it, but there was a 2-week candle we used to look at that would indicate Doge would go to this price. We can see we hit it and then we dropped off. Now I do believe the bigger picture, right, because of this price action, is that Doge will at the minimum take all-time highs. But still, right, if you were accumulating in 2023 or even bought when it was cheap in 2024, you could have made some nice hefty profits because of the zones we talked about. Boom, right? That would have been roughly almost 5 times your money. So there's still many there's still many coins that are older that still have some type of lifeline, okay? We talked about Avalanche, right? Avalanche is new, but Avalanche isn't the newest. So we could very well go over here, look at some previous data, look at how it did in 2021, and then we can see, right, where are institutional candles. Now, some people may debate that, we tapped the bottom of this institutional candle here, and then that we went from that institutional candle to pretty much this one over here, and now we are selling off, which I do believe is the case. So for this instance, I would expect a bigger push up, probably aiming at the minimum for all-time highs, okay? Because we have been pushing up and accumulating, going into these institutional zones to sell off, which is just pure manipulation. This is not a pure coincidence, right? When you learn, if you're in the Trading Sniper Academy, you will learn everything about the manipulation. You'll understand why price is the way it is. And I do expect some type of big pump sooner than later, and we will be taking at the minimum all 3 zones. And I would not be surprised if at the lowest of the low of the low, we sweep liquidity before we would crash, okay? And that is at the minimum. So minimum 7.5 times your money. You gotta remember, right? If you put in money now into a safe coin like Avalanche, and you made 7.5 times, you put on 100K, you get 750K, no one is complaining. No one's complaining. So really look out for some older coins. A lot of them are cheaper now. Personally, I might be looking to, place some money into them, just for the quote unquote safety factors. Now, Avalanche is a top coin, top 16 coin, absolutely fantastic. I expect it to start climbing up the ranks over the next couple of months. But yeah, we'll see how everything plays out. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, I opened up your perspective. hopefully, you consider it and let me know what you think. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.